In our D5 Spotlight, we give recognition to organizations and individuals who are striving to empower our communities and our county. Our next guest is Shaun Golden, founder of Golden Opportunity, and Phil Proctor, media coordinator. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Definitely.
So please tell our viewing audience, what is Golden Opportunity?
Well, Golden Opportunity is a character-building, goal-setting program. We go into the schools, we do school assemblies, after-school programs, we do community outreaches, and we challenge the kids embracing the importance of character building, embracing strong character, and also setting goals.
And how many students did you help and present to or in this past year in 2017?
Well, in 2017, we presented close to 86,000 students in South Carolina, North Carolina, definitely here in the state of Georgia, in Atlanta. We were able to go into all the school districts. We have a lot of fun with the students. We sing, we dance, but we challenge the kids to get out of their comfort zone. We have an interesting way of really engaging with the students, because here's the thing, golden opportunities are presented to the students each and every day. But when you don't embrace that golden opportunity, it doesn't disappear. It just goes to someone else.
And what are your goals and visions for Golden Opportunity?
Well, our goals are to, number one, to continue to keep going into the school districts. The biggest goal here in the state of Georgia and here, definitely here in Atlanta, we want to go into every school district. We want to definitely be throughout Fulton County, in Fayette County, in Douglas County. We want to be into the schools because we work with kids, elementary schools, 3 through 5, all middle school, and all high school. We want to capture the data, and that's what we have Mr. Phil Proctor here, because he's really good at capturing the data. We connect with the students, we connect with the leaders in the community to help build these kids from elementary school, because think about it. If you can get a kid to write down his or her goals at the age of 7 or 8 or 9 years old and continue that all the way through high school, what a difference we'll make in these kids' lives, and you'll see growth in their abilities in the future.
You know, that's so important because a lot of our children don't have any goals, and without those goals and without those expectations, that's why they wind up lost. So tell us about some of your sponsors and what their presence or how their presence benefits Golden Opportunity.
Well, our biggest sponsors have been a combination between Walmart and also McDonald's, and lately here, Academy Sports and Outdoors. But one of our biggest partnerships has always been with Mr. Phil Proctor. Phil Proctor is very instrumental in what we do with his Real Men TV segment, and I'll let Phil tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, we just know that when Shaun goes into these schools, into these certain areas, you know that there are going to be men in that community that are really vital to making it work. What Real Men TV looks to do is, our mission statement is empowering families and communities one man at a time through mentoring and education. Well, that's exactly what Shaun is doing. So we had a conversation about 4 years ago, said, look, why don't we just partner up? You go in, you do the presentation to the schools, we'll document it, we shoot everything, then we'll just kind of create a database. So when kids want to go back to say, okay, what is it that they did at this school, we can actually create this database to allow you to link into it, see what he was talking about, and to be able to take the goal setting that Shaun has taught that day and see how it implements into your life.
Awesome. And we talked about trying to expand. Is this a nonprofit?
Yeah, we're a 501(c), and we've had our status now for the last year, but we've been around for about 3 years now. So I know that was a process, but now we're up and running. We're getting grants. We're aggressively going for grants. And you talked about our partnerships. One of the things we have with Academy Sports. Academy Sports allows us to go into schools around the area. But at the end of the school year, the schools that we actually ventured into, one student that showed growth in character, the kids get a goal card. They have to write down their personal goals, their academic goals, and then their life goals. The kids sign it and date it. Mom, dad, or their guardian signs it and dates it. Your coach or your mentor, your teacher or your counselor, then 5 of your friends initially. We're teaching these kids to build a support group. Yeah. And on top of that, write down your goals. But now we have our sponsors come in. Academy Sports has given a $100 shopping spree to one kid who's fought really hard to reach their goals. McDonald's, they do things like, if you complete this goal exercise, buy a signature crafted sandwich, get a free small fry and a free small drink. Now, we're rewarding these students just for writing down their goals, and that's huge. And then we have all kind of gift cards. These kids come on stage, and we get them out of their comfort zone. I can't sing. He can't sing. But we show the kids, if you break outside of your comfort zone, life will reward you. But don't look for the reward. Look for that golden opportunity when it presents itself. Because our tagline is this: every day you have a golden opportunity to do something special. Go make a difference.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So what kind of data is being collected when you're collecting the data? Tell us what parameters or items you're looking at.
Well, a lot of things that you can do. One of the things is that you get a response from teachers and principals and administrators about how they receive the program. So we actually get a chance to interview them to talk about, hey, you just saw Shaun do his program. What do you think about the program? And it kind of helps Shaun develop even more, or he can tailor a specific program to a specific school. Because one day we were in the inner city of Greenville, and next thing I know, Shaun's got me 40 miles outside of Greenville. I saw nothing but woods. I'm going, where are we going? But there was a school out, and he had actually altered his program to address the needs of those students as well. So by having some of the teachers and administrators to get their interview, to get their perspective on the program, and then also we asked the kids, what did you enjoy about the program? What didn't you like? How was Mr. Golden? Do you want him to come back? So that gives us a chance to kind of put all this together, and then, like I said, he can alter the program if he needs to. But at this point, we're just trying to get as much, information from the students and from the faculty so we can continue to deliver the program.
And then to piggyback on what Phil said, think about this. Again, we talked about gold cards. You have a gold card in your hand at the beginning of the school year. Academically, how can I become a better student? How can I become a better person? If you want to be a basketball player, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, you write that stuff on paper. You talk about data, and you're a counselor. Now, this kid is coming to you, and they're bringing something that you may not know that what they want to achieve. That kid's parents at home, that mother, that father, or that guardian, now they can hold kids accountable. And one thing I learned, I was a former basketball player and coach at the University of Georgia. I was a college coach over 20 years. But one thing I learned throughout my years is when you have a chance to show kids what they want to achieve and hold them accountable to what they want to achieve, right, I think they'll work harder. Instead of telling them what they want to do, encourage them to write it down on paper.
Yes. It is amazing what writing something down on paper, particularly your goals, and then being able to check in on them and follow up on them at the end of the year or at the beginning of the next year, how that'll help keep you on track. So we thank you for all your work that you're doing in the community. If you will, tell us what would be the perfect outreach in Fulton County and surrounding school districts?
Well, one of the perfect outreach, we experienced something close to Charlotte, North Carolina. But it starts at the top. It starts with coming in and doing a program like this to try to feed the seed to those administrators who want to thrive with programs like this. Then you go to the school superintendent to show him or her how it can happen. Then you get the administrators on board. Then we go in, we have a community blitz. I'm not the only speaker, but I have speakers that come in with the same model, with the same thought process, with the same energy, with the same vibe, yeah, teaching these kids something consistent along the path, but telling their personal story. You tell your personal story. One of the things I tell the kids, I'm adopted. But when telling them that, we'll be able to touch more kids than you can imagine. Yes. Then once we get the administrators on board, you get the teachers on board, because now we're going into the schools, and it's mandatory for all the schools to embrace it. Each program lasts for 45 minutes. But in that 45-minute time, we can do a lot of good things. Right. Now you leave in gold cards, and you've got Academy, you've got McDonald's, you've got the Walmarts, and we've got some other sponsors we're working on to come in. But we get everyone, because it takes a tribe to raise one. And once you get everybody around to get these kids on the same path, it's easier. I was at a forum you did about a year ago at one of the churches off Cascade Road, and it stuck to me. You said that in Fulton County, from the ages of 18 to 26, the crime rate is 15% higher than the national average. That's huge. That hit me home, but a lot of those kids didn't get the infrastructure which is needed. Right. And that's why we do a good job. And when Proctor comes in with Real Men TV, it's just a great marriage and a great partnership.
Well, gentlemen, I want to thank you guys for coming out today Thank you for the great work that you're doing in our community for our youth. We'll be right back.